Bonjour messieurs, dames. De la part de l'Université McGill, je vous souhaite la bienvenue à la colocation des grades sur le campus MacDonald. So it's my pleasure to welcome you to this afternoon's convocation ceremony on MacDonald campus on behalf of McGill University. My name is Brendan Gillen. This ceremony will start shortly. Before we start, there are just a few things we'd like to review with you. I'm simply going to say a few things just to remind you about how the ceremony is going to actually unfold. Je vais juste dire quelques mots sur le déroulement de la cérémonie, ça ne va pas prendre longtemps. So shortly the platform party will enter. When they do, I will ask you to stand. Once they're installed on the platform here, the official opening of the ceremony will be done by the singing of the University Anthem by Dr. Tracy Smith-Bissett. Donc le début de la cérémonie, c'est l'entrée du cortège d'honneur. Une fois installé ici sur la tribune, la docteure Tracy Smith-Bissett va chanter l'hymne de l'université. And then afterwards we'll proceed to several addresses, including an address by the honorary doctorate and of course the conferring of the diplomas. And the end of the ceremony will be again marked by song, the singing of the national anthem, again by Dr. Tracy Smith-Bissett. Donc, la cérémonie propre va débuter avec, comme je l'ai dit déjà, avec l'hymne de l'université. Ensuite, il y a plusieurs allocations, incluant l'allocation par la personne qui va recevoir un doctorat honoris causa. Et ensuite, bien sûr, la remise des diplômes. Et pour terminer, on va terminer avec la chanson de l'hymne national chantée par Dr. Tracy Smith-Bissett. And then finally, the final act is for the platform party to lead first, followed by the guests here on the right, followed by the students going in the inverse order, the first rows first and the last rows last. Donc, pour terminer, à la fin, le cortège d'honneur va partir en premier, ensuite suivi par les invités à ma droite, et finalement par les diplômés devant moi. Before I turn the microphone over to Chris Buttle, that you all know, Dean of Students, I'd like to have you give a warm hand of applause to our wonderful band here. And please stand so they can see you.
Well, they gave me a little too much time. That's okay. We'll have a chat. Good afternoon. Actually, there are not quite enough smiles on everyone's faces. This is a joyous occasion, so I'll say it again. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, that's much better. Thank you for being here. Welcome to McGill's MacDonald campus and to this year's afternoon ceremony at MacDonald campus. We're pleased that you're here. I'm pleased to be here. My name is Chris Buttle. I'm the Dean of Students, but also a prof here in Natural Resource Sciences, and I've taught many of you in this room. And it makes me a little sad because I spend so much time downtown now. It's great to see everyone again. I have a very exciting job here today. I get to tell you about our emergency evacuation procedures. Bienvenue à McGill à la cérémonie de collation de grade cette année. La université a mis un point en plan pour faire face à une improbable situation d'urgence. So it's improbable, but we still go through our emergency plans. Don't worry, we have a plan, right? That's the first step. If an evacuation is required, the registrar will announce this to you. You will be required to leave the building out of the exits. And depending on the circumstances, you may end up going to John Abbott College or McGill's Watson Field in front of the Max Stewart complex. Si une évacuation de lieu devenait nécessaire, le registrar en ferait l'annonce. Where am I? Vous devrez alors quitter le pavillon sans tarder. Selon les circonstances, vous devrez vous rendre à Cégep John Abbott ou sur le terrain Watson. In case of an evacuation, sorry. Sorry, students, there's no evaluation required today. You're done, okay? Honestly. In case of an evacuation, you must leave your baby strollers behind, but don't forget your children. That's important. Parents, family, friends, do not go with your graduating student. They may be evacuated to another location, and follow the instructions of security officers or ushers. And if you need any help at all during the ceremony, you can reach out to security officers or ushers. En cas d'évacuation, laissez toutes les poussettes sur place. Ne suivez pas les diplômés qui vous accompagnent, car tous les diplômés pourraient être évacués vers un autre emplacement. Suivez les instructions des agents de sécurité et des placiers. Once the emergency is over, announcements will be made at the evacuation sites to tell you what's happening next, and there'll be information on the McGill website. Une fois la situation d'urgence passée, des annonces seront faites pour vous indiquer la suite. And passez une journée formidable et félicitations à diplômés. Congratulations to all. I still have time. This is wonderful. So we'll tell you some stories and put away my papers. I won't tell stories of students. I thought I would share with you some information about the regalia that you see many of us wearing. And some of you are wearing fancy red robes as well. Brendan's going to demonstrate the PhD robes from McGill University. As you can see, and not surprisingly, McGill's robes for doctorate are red with the gold, and those receiving a PhD get to wear these fancy round hats. I don't know what the actual name is of them, but they're quite distinctive. And you'll notice that some of us have different colors of robes. Gordon Hickey, you might want to stand up there. And what university? University of British Columbia has different colors. I'm sporting University of Alberta. So every university has their own colors, and depending on the institution, typically then you would wear the colors from the university and the robes of the university where you got your highest degree. That's generally how it works. And many of you have mortarboard type hats. So for masters or undergraduates or other degrees, it's typically the square mortarboard. Well, I'm sure you're done listening to me, and you're not here to listen to me, but thank you very much for your time and attention. In just a minute or so, the piper's going to start, and then we'll ask you to stand up, and the platform party will enter. So have a wonderful afternoon, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Dr. Smith-Bassett. Good afternoon, graduating students, families, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Bonjour à tous. As Chancellor and on behalf of McGill University, I'd like to welcome you to our beautiful McDonald campus to celebrate the class of 2017 and the students graduating from the Faculty of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. It's wonderful for me to look out at this audience and see such an inspiring group of graduates, parents, friends, and supporters. And it's an honor for me to be here to share such an important milestone with you. D'abord, permettez-moi de vous transmettre à tous des félicitations bien senties. I have a keen appreciation of what this day means. Once upon a time, when dinosaurs ruled the land, I too was a part of a graduating class at McGill, and it was a proud moment in my life. Some considerable time later, I returned on 2 occasions as the parent of McGill graduates, and like all parents here today, I beamed with pride twice. Now, as Chancellor, I have the privilege of attending convocation ceremonies each year, so you could say I've seen graduation from almost every angle. Whether as a graduate or a parent or a chancellor, the occasion remains to me a richly deserved celebration of hard work, commitment, sacrifice, and achievement. So bravo and well done to each and every one of you. Now, although I'm not a psychic, I think I can predict some of the things that will happen to you in the immediate future. There'll certainly be much celebration, wining and dining, and lots of photos, which will then be shared on social media. And there'll be lots of advice, tons of advice from many sources, parents, friends, relatives, professors, you name it. So before you hear from all these people, I'd like to get my 2 cents in and offer my own advice to you. It's worth exactly what you're paying for it. Today, for better or worse, we all live in a very connected world. Thanks to social media, we can all express our opinion, voice our support, and declare our outrage, and do it all in real time, anytime. By the time I finish this sentence, 60,000 tweets will have been posted on Twitter. Hopefully, they won't all be about my speech. Fact is, we live in an immediate world. We find out about news immediately. We react to news immediately. We post our opinion immediately. Instant Twitter outrage and public shaming are now just part of our reality. So my modest advice to you is just this. I'd like you to consider the value of stepping back from that very human urge to rush to judgment, to resist the temptation to jump to conclusions or to jump on a bandwagon. I come to this perspective through my own experience, having had the privilege of serving in the Senate of Canada for 21 years. Je sais que cette vénérable institution ne fait pas l'unanimité. Pour ma part, et comme pour la plupart de mes collègues, j'ai assumé cette responsabilité avec beaucoup de sérieux. À mes yeux, j'avais pour rôle, dis-je, d'émettre une opinion modérée et réfléchie. Autrement dit, de prendre en considération le cadre législatif, le contexte et les conséquences, puis de faire une évaluation éclairée et des recommandations judicieuses. As students at McGill, you've acquired the same skills during your time here. When working on a paper or a project or a problem, you gather information, assess the sources, look at differing points of view, and draw conclusions based on your best judgment. This is a wonderful and elegant tool to take into the world, and I urge you not to lose it and to use the principles and methods that you have learned here to apply them to your everyday experiences and to the society around you. Above all, I encourage you to insist on nothing less than imperial facts and data as the basis for your opinions. In some cases, this process will confirm your views, or even perhaps prompt you to change them, or finally, perhaps to engage in constructive dialogue. This is not just a sign of intelligence. In our society today, It's a sign of integrity and of courage. And the world needs more of that. It needs more, much more thoughtful discourse, more room for diverse voices, more tolerance and understanding, more kind words, and less rancor. Let me close with a quote which perhaps summarizes my thoughts to you today. Son auteur est l'un des nôtres, un Miguelois qui a touché d'innombrables cœurs dans le monde, Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen left a wonderful legacy of songs and poems and prose, and I think this quote particularly appropriate for today. He said, "To keep your hearts open is probably the most urgent responsibility you have as you get older." So do keep your hearts open. Be generous of spirit, quick to comfort those in need, and considerate in your words and deeds. And remember to keep your hearts open to your friends here at MAC and supporters at McGill as well. Wherever you go in the world, this will always be your home, and we will always cheer your successes and accomplishments. So please, stay in touch, not just today, but throughout your journey as a McGill graduate, wherever it may take you. Good luck, and may this day be both a joyous ending and an auspicious beginning for all of you. Thank you. Merci. Je voudrais maintenant inviter la principale et vice-chancelière, professeure Suzanne Fortier, de s'adresser à l'auditoire. Madame Fortier.
Bienvenue aux finissants de 2017. Welcome to the graduating class of 2017. I'm joined here today by your families and friends, by our Chancellor, the Chair of the Board, our governors and governors emeriti, by our distinguished honorary degree recipient, award recipients, by special guests and esteemed colleagues. We're here together to say how proud we are of you and of everything that has brought you here today. C'est pour nous tous un immense bonheur de vous féliciter pour vos réalisations et votre persévérance. You've worked hard on your journey to being here today. Today marks an important milestone for you. Savor it, enjoy it, celebrate it, remember it, and remember as well all the friends you've made during your time at McGill and on the Macdonald campus. Keep those friends close. Convocation is a celebration, and many of us are here today to celebrate with you. Family, friends, professors, librarians, staff members. You know, all these people have been cheering for you from your very first day. So today, I want you, the graduate, to cheer for all of those people. Please stand up and give all of those people a big round of applause. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Merci. You know, all these people will never stop rooting for you, and they'll be there for you, whatever you choose to do next. And we know that you will do great things. You have a mind that knows how to learn, and you will use that learning to have impact. Over the years, as I've gotten to watch what you were doing here at MAC and on our downtown campus, I've called you a few names. I've called you the startup generation. I've called you the walk the talk generation. I've called you the broadband generation. Because unlike any generations before you, you're ready for action. You're ready to make an impact on the world. Your thoughts and your ideas are spreading at an incredible speed across the planet. You have influence and perhaps far more power than you realize. You're part of a new revolution, which is transforming the way we live, the way we work, the way we relate to one another. Take hold of the changes that are happening and make it your goal to see them benefit everyone across the world. Build the future of our country and our world as inclusive places. You know, this may sound daunting, but of course it's not on your shoulders alone. You will turn to others, seeking purpose, sharing and questioning ideas, and discovering new opportunities. But we know you already know what it means to work as a team. And in fact, we see inspiring example right on this campus every day of students working as great teams. And I want to share one example with you. It happened last February. I was at a hockey game. In fact, it was our Martlet women hockey team. They were playing against the Carleton Ravens. Things were going really well. 6-4 for the Martlets, 35 seconds left in the game. Of course, the Ravens pulled their goalie out, and our Martlets captain found herself in front of the net, in front of an empty net with the puck, and she did not score. No, what she did instead is pass the puck to her teammate, the teammate who already had 2 goals in the game, and so she gave her a hat trick and first star in the game. And all of us who were watching this game, and you know how fast it happens, were in awe. All we could say was, wow, what a great example of true team spirit, putting the team first. And while we're on the topic of great team spirit, I want to recognize the outstanding contribution of Stuart Kip Cobbett, who's the chair of McGill Boards of Governors and completing his term at the end of June. Kip has been an exceptional member of Team McGill. He served our university in so many ways, from president of the McGill Alumni Association to member of numerous governance committees. He truly is what you call an MVP, loyal, present, generous with his time and good advice, and always ready to do his part. Thank you, Kip, for your loyalty, friendship, and exemplary service to the university. I also want to thank Kathleen Massey, who will be leaving McGill after nearly 10 years as the university's registrar and executive director, enrollment services. We are grateful, Kathleen, for your unwavering commitment to McGill students. You are a model for us all as an effective and caring leader, always willing to challenge the status quo for the betterment of McGill. And finally, thank you to all of you, the 2017 graduates. You have made great contributions to our university during your time here. Et nous savons que vous allez continuer à faire rayonner notre université à travers le monde. Vous vous joignez à une belle et grande famille et j'espère que vous considérez toujours l'Université McGill et évidemment le campus McDonald comme votre maison. Revenez nous voir le plus souvent possible. We all look forward to hearing about your lives, your successes, and about all the places that your education will take you. Congratulations, félicitations.
Thank you, Professor Vautier. Professor Jim Files, Associate Dean, Student Affairs, will present this year's winner of the McDonald Campus Award for Teaching Excellence. Professor Files.
Madam Vice Chancellor, honored guests, graduating students. It's my pleasure to present to you Dr. Sébastien Fauché, Associate Professor in the Department of Natural Resource Sciences, who is the recipient of the 2017 McDonald Campus Award for Teaching Excellence. I'm going to depart from the script a little bit here because we have a nice citation and he'll get a nice piece of parchment with the citation on it, but I think what you just heard says it all about Professor Fauché. He's a very talented and enthusiastic teacher whose passion for his subject, his basic good nature, and his strong organizational skills have allowed him to excel in teaching and training at all levels of students, from first-year undergraduates to doctoral candidates and postdocs. The citation sort of introduces Professor Fauché, but just sitting up here, it occurred to me, looking out here, is this group requires no introduction to Professor Fauché because almost every undergraduate student on this campus has taken Professor Fauché's introductory microbiology course. And they know that it's a required course for most of our programs. It's the largest enrollment course on the faculty, and that he's well known for his ability to engage students in the wonders of microbiology, even at 8:30 in the morning on a winter's day. And I can see that you remember those 8:30 morning winter's day, and I bet you remember some microbiology from it too. He also teaches mechanisms of pathogenicity, which is a challenging senior course, and he coordinates graduate seminar courses in the Department of Natural Resource Sciences. Dr. Fauché is not only an excellent teacher, but he's an emerging academic leader who carries a heavy administrative load and has established a high-profile research program through which he contributes significantly to the training of students at all levels. Student evaluation comments capture Dr. Fauché's teaching excellence. I quote his students. This teacher is not only passionate about his topic of research, he is extremely knowledgeable and possesses a special talent which allows him to communicate information clearly. It is very clear that he not only wants his students to do well, but also to gain a better understanding of microbiology. He ignites passion in his students and really has designed the course appropriately to do so. Microbiology with Dr. Fauché doesn't feel like simply taking another required course. It actually allows students the necessary time to absorb and understand and apply the topic in everyday life. And finally, I love all the connections and the examples he provides between what we learn in class and the outside world. So it is with appreciation and pride that the Faculty of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences presents Sébastien Fauché with the 2017 Macdonald Campus Award for Teaching Excellence.
Thank you, Professor Files, and congratulations, Professor Fauché. I now invite Professor Anja Geitman, Dean of the Faculty of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, to present Professor Pamela Matson, that she may have conferred upon her the highest recognition that is within the power of this university to grant. Professor Geitman.
Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Professor Pamela Matson, one of the world's leading and most influential scholars in sustainability science. Dr. Matson is the Chester Narramore Dean of the School of Earth, Energy and Environmental Sciences, the Richard and Rhoda Goldman Professor in Environmental Studies at Stanford, and Senior Fellow at the Woods Institute for the Environment. An interdisciplinary earth scientist and an organizational strategist, Dr. Matson works to reconcile the needs of people and those of the planet. A MacArthur Fellow and the elected member of the National Academy of Sciences, Dr. Matson is also a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and a fellow of the California Academy of Sciences, Ecological Society of America, and American Association for the Advancement of Science. In 2013, she was named one of the top 100 Women of Influence by the Silicon Valley Business Journal and was one of a number of scientists awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2007 for their work on the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Dr. Mattson is a prolific author. Her research addresses an array of environmental and sustainability issues, including the sustainability of agricultural systems and the vulnerability of people and places to climate change. Her early research focused on ecosystem nutrient cycling, particularly the role of nitrogen in the environment, but soon broadened into studies of agricultural systems, food security, human landscape interaction, and sustainability. The essence of Dr. Mattson's scholarly and practical research is captured in two of her recent books, entitled Seeds of Sustainability, Lesson from the Birthplace of the Green Revolution, which was published in 2013, and Pursuing Sustainability, A Guide to the Science and Practice, released only last year, which lays the foundations for sustainability science. With your permission, I will read an extract from one of the reviews of this letter book, since it captures the essence of Dr. Mattson's work. The review says, "Sustainability can seem like a faraway, nebulous dream. Through a clear framework, iconic case studies, and a beautiful, accessible style, Pursuing Sustainability brings this dream to life. It is a must-read for anyone concerned about the future health of our planet. I cannot imagine any more appropriate title of a book this week." Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Pamela Mattson so that you may confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
I now invite our most recent graduate, Dr. Pamela Mattson, to deliver the convocation address. Dr. Mattson.
Oh, thank you. Chancellor Mahon, Principal and Vice Chancellor Fortier, Mr. Kobet, Chair of the Board of Governors, Dean Geetman, proud parents and guests, and most of all, members of the graduating class of 2017. Good afternoon and congratulations. I am so very pleased to be here to congratulate you and to celebrate with you at this very important step in your lives. And of course, I'm deeply honored to be receiving a degree along with all of the rest of you here. An honorary degree from McGill University is a big deal. This is a university of such high standing in this country, Canada, in the United States, and really all around the world. So thank you for that. This is important to me personally, too, to be here with you because I have lots of close connections, good friends among your excellent faculty and students, and because of the wonderful partnership that my state of California has with your province of Quebec. We together are addressing climate change, and I'm very proud of that. And, you know, we're making progress despite what I hope is a very temporary backsliding in my country. At any rate, I'm so pleased to be here today and thankful, very, very much thankful and humbled by, in order to receive this honorary degree. Now, graduates. As you're going through your graduation ceremonies, I know that many of you are looking back on your years here. You are thinking about the courses you took, the knowledge and skills that you've attained, the friends you've made, the networks that you've built while you're here that will stay with you forever. So much to be celebrated. But this is also a commencement ceremony. At Stanford University, we talk about graduation as commencement. It's the beginning of something new. as well as the end of something hopefully that was very fun and very important. So I'd like to focus for a few minutes on the new beginnings, on the years in front of you. I know that many of the people in this room celebrating with you here today have great hopes for you. But probably most of us parents would say that most of all, we hope that you will be happy. But what constitutes happiness? From my perspective, one of the keys to happiness is that you use your knowledge and skills in ways that do some good for the world. You know the challenges as well as I. We are a planet of 7.5 billion people and counting. We'll hit 10 or 11 billion people in your lifetimes, and that means greatly increasing demands and needs for food, water, energy, other resources. It means more and more people living in vulnerable places. It means that we need to find a way to reduce climate change and to reduce our risks and vulnerabilities to climate change impacts, as well as to a whole bunch of other environmental challenges. So there's lots of big challenges out there, and they have to be understood and dealt with now, in the near term. We can't put them off again for future generations to worry about. So many of you, I hope, will use the science and engineering that you learned here and the ways of thinking that you learned here to help address those challenges and turn them into opportunities to help meet the needs of people while preserving the life support systems of the planet on which we and the millions of other species with whom we share the planet depend. So people talk about sustainability, and it is kind of a buzzword used for a lot of different things. But to me, this is what sustainability is all about. It's about working to ensure the well-being of people, not just here, but all around the world, not just today, but in future generations as well. And that includes, of course, among other things, working to ensure that our environment, our resources, our ecosystems are thriving, are functioning, are not in decline. So that's a simple statement of sustainability, and you really can lead transformative change for sustainability. And I think the contributions you make and the impact you will have on the future can be enormous. Exactly how you do that, though, is not easy to predict. None of us, or at least very few of us, take a nice, predictable, linear path in our own careers. I certainly didn't. Along my zigzag path, after my bachelor's degree, I grew orchids, I managed a music store, I taught reading, I worked for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, I became a scientist and a professor, and then became a dean, and now I'm trying to figure out what to do next. So believe me, it's really okay if you don't exactly know what you're going to be doing 5 years from now, or 1 year from now, or even 1 month from now. In many ways, how could you? We're living in an incredibly complex, rapidly changing, disruptive world. There will be new challenges and new opportunities all the time, and you'll have to learn how to be agile and adaptive and willing to learn new things and go for it. But I believe that the skills and the knowledge and the ability to learn that you gained here in your years at McGill will remain with you, and they'll make it possible for you to craft solutions in this changing world. So all you need to do is use your brains, use your knowledge, get engaged and stay engaged, stay hopeful and even optimistic, keep learning, work hard on behalf of others as well as yourselves, and I think if you do those things, it will no doubt contribute to a lifetime of happiness. So again, thank you so much for the honor. Thank you so much for the honor of the honorary degree and for being able to be here to talk with you today. Graduates, you have my best wishes for a very happy life. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Thank you, Dr. Mattson. I think the reaction of the audience in general and the class of 2017 in particular is clear evidence that your message got through, was appreciated, and will be remembered. Nous allons maintenant procéder à l'attribution des grades académiques. McGill University Provost and Vice Principal Academic, Professor Christopher Manfredi, will begin the formal proceedings. Provost Manfredi.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I am pleased to invite the students graduating at McDonald Campus for the conferral of degrees. This is a truly joyous event in the cycle of any university's life, and particularly so at McGill, where we have such talented and accomplished students. Each student crossing the stage this afternoon will be greeted by the Chancellor, the Principal, or the Chair of the Board of Governors. Students receiving their first degree shall remove their mortarboard or hat. At center stage, they will be symbolically capped, signaling ceremonially the conferral of the degree. Students who have already earned a university degree keep their mortarboard on and will be congratulated by a tap on the shoulder. The parchment or degree itself is given to students by the dean or delegate after they leave the stage and have a photo taken. You may see some students wearing red or white scarves. All self-identifying Indigenous students, First Nations, Inuit, and Métis, are entitled to wear graduation scarves at convocation, in the community, and at any and all future McGill events that they attend. The red scarf is for those receiving a degree, and white for those getting a diploma or certificate. The feather has two meanings: respect for the person and the mark of an amazing or special event. The Confederacy belt signifies attachment to and respect for the land on which we live, and the turtle symbolizes the inclusiveness of all nations and respect for diversity. It is fitting that we recognize our Indigenous graduates in this way, just as we recognize that McGill University is on land which long served as a site of meeting and exchange amongst Indigenous peoples, including the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations. We acknowledge and thank the diverse Indigenous peoples whose presence has enriched this territory on which peoples of the world now gather. En vertu des pouvoirs qui me sont conférés par le Sénat de McGill, je déclare que les candidats dont le nom figure sur la liste officielle des diplômés de l'université, qu'ils soient présents ou absents, ont satisfait aux exigences de leur grade, diplôme ou certificat respectif. By virtue of the powers conferred upon me by McGill's Senate, I declare that the candidates whose names appear on the university's official list of graduates, whether they be present or absent, have satisfied the requirements for their respective degrees, diplomas, or certificates. By tradition at McGill, we begin with students receiving graduate degrees, followed by students obtaining undergraduate degrees. I now invite Professor Ian Strawn, followed by Professor Jim Files, to introduce the graduates, and Dr. Anya Geitman, Dean of the Faculty of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, to congratulate all graduating students. Congratulations, class of 2017. Félicitations.
For the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Science, Rodrigo Camponogara Borer. Lam Li. Sorry, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology. My apologies. Lam Li. For the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Parasitology, Noor Yazri Rashwan. For the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Plant Science, Rachel Backer. For the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Renewable Resources, Jeremy Brammer. Mohammed Leila. Michael Mitzel. Arlette Saint-Ville. For the degree Master of Science in Animal Science, Luke Curran. Samuel Lenkto. Laura Makalovich. Milena Tybee. For the degree Master of Science in Entomology, Christopher Cloutier. For the degree Master of Science in Parasitology, Roa Baketlag. Hilary Byrne. Asima Hussain. Guanhan Yao. For the degree Master of Science in Plant Science, Jose Hector Galvez Lopez. Xiaojian Liu. For the degree Master of Science in Renewable Resources, Monica Gonzalez Linares. Anna Kuzmer. She's my student. Tracy Rankin. For the degree Master of Science Applied in Biotechnology, Amanda Lynn Andrews Withrich. Gabrielle Andre Berrigan. Ahmad Bilal. Hiranmai Geetha Ramakrishnan. Joe Ganime. Rebecca Eliza. Fatma Kalantari. Alexandra Kasakovich. Vaibhav Kutiria. Alexandra Kolanich. Seichi Lee. Jennifer Noonan. Akash Patel. Ina Portna. Rachita Roy. Chris Zeely. Shinli Zhu. For the Graduate Certificate in Biotechnology, Amanda Piano.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Environmental Sciences in Agricultural Economics, Stephanie Bélanger-No. Nicolas Bertrand. Crystal Rose Coddington. Marie Gaucher. Gazwant Jaggers Manchanda. Mario Hua. Jazinia Dejena. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Environmental Sciences in Agro-Environmental Sciences, Alexandre Adam. Sterling Askin. Florence Beeler. Anna Marie Devon. Jerome Jelinas Bélanger. Claudia Grenier. Marc-Antoine Guettier. Julie McFarlane. Sydney Powell. Sébastien Proulx. Sophie Rivet-Auger. Andrea Soesbergen. Nicolas Vermette. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture and Environmental Sciences in Environment, Andriane Bellon de Chassis. Ashley Cameron. Charlotte Victoria Hings. Da Jeon Kim. John Robert Lindsay. Manur Malik. Joseph Newkrug. Elizabeth Poussin. Andrew James Stein. Marina Ulamek. Megan Zimba. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Environmental Sciences in Environmental Biology, Joshua Batson. Samantha Calabrese. Kevin Colmenares de Maria. Katrina DeBacco. Maxime Gerard Simmons. Hussan ul Hassan Khan. Laura Lefebvre. Clara Limoji. Sarah Danielle Miller. Laura Milena Molina Gonzalez. Elijah Elliott Perez. Letitia Poiret. Caitlin Robert. Johanna Rodriguez. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Environmental Sciences in Global Food Security, Sophie Minviel. Yan Jing Pu. Katie Simmons. Fenggu Sun. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Environmental Sciences in Life Sciences, Biology and Agriculture, Jessica Breitstein. Samuela de Villers-Lachasse. Ghislaine Roland Decour. Zan Ding. Carolyn Estrada. Laure Foscav. Marie-Pierre Glaude. Rodolphe Gut Seminole. Justine Hadrava. Jazrak Kaur. Wangqiong Li. Casey Leung. Am I missing some? They're not here. Okay, okay. Jin Ying Liu. Nima Rahimi. Gabrielle Rappaport. Malak Sadek, distinction, Blackwood Convocation Prize in Microbiology. Thomas Savas. Gabrielle Halajian Smith. Adriana Spatari, distinction. Melissa Emily Viel. Jun Ling Wang. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Bioresource, Paul Louis Alexandre Cruzat. Yeah, you do that back. For the Farm Management and Technology Program, Karl Wiens Ernst Jabok Bernhard. Félix Bertrand. Samuel Billet. Gregory Boemen. Justin Boemen. José Bourdon. Cameron Burns. Jody Crack. Emily Enright. John Patrick Graham. Andrew Alexander Harrell. Claudia Kessler. Patrick Levac. Megan Ann McFall. Claudia Magank. Derek Gregory Oliver. Carrie-Anne Proul. Luc Roy, Governor General's Collegiate Bronze Medal, Médaille d'Or du Ministère de l'Agriculture et Pêcherie et Alimentation du Québec, Dean's Honor List. Christopher Raymond Wirt. Jennifer Eileen Wilkins.
Thank you, Professor Files and Professor Strachan. And now Ms. Florence Biller will say a few words as this ceremony's valedictorian. Florence.
Mr. Chancellor, members of the Platform Party, fellow graduates, and guests, I'm honored to be here today to talk about our memorable experience at McGill. I think I speak on behalf of everyone when I say that MAC is a unique campus. In fact, we've probably all felt like we were living in a MAC bubble. We've all said we were going to make the most of our time in Montreal, visit the city often, but then we ended up spending all our time at MAC. Frankly, we find it difficult to recover from the 211 bus ride, the crowded metro, and the struggle of deciding where to eat. And the truth is, we love it out here. It's only on this campus that you can walk into class smelling like dairy cows, and it's normal. You can casually talk about the new tractor models, or you get excited about identifying trees and insects in your classes. Above all, it's only at MAC that you have a campus bar which plays an outstanding mix of pop and country music on Thursday nights, accompanied by some real line dancing performances. And despite having spent a bit too much time at the Kelly, we still can't spell it correctly. Une autre vérité à propos des étudiants de MAC est que nous sommes des passionnés. Que ce soit d'agriculture, d'environnement, d'animaux ou d'insectes, c'est cette passion qui nous anime et qui nous pousse à continuellement vouloir apprendre et entreprendre. MAC also allows you to meet incredible people who share the same vision of the world as you. People with whom you can complain about exams and papers you have to write, but mostly people who support you, reinforce your beliefs, and make you want to become better individuals. The friends you make at MAC soon become your family. Like many of us, I started university with some apprehensions about the future and the path that I wanted to take. But my years at MAC have allowed me to fortify my strengths and discover my weaknesses, to invest time and energy in projects, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. It has given me the tools to face my fears and step into the real world with more confidence. Ultimately, MAC has allowed me to grow into someone I'm proud of. Chers professeurs, doyennes et membres de la communauté de MAC, merci de nous avoir inspirés en nous transmettant votre passion pour votre domaine, ainsi qu'une éthique de travail en or. Dear classmates, you can be proud of yourselves and of what you've accomplished. We've been through long nights of studying, poor life decisions, and while there may have been times when we wanted to quit, we didn't. We fought and we worked harder, and we're here today, part of the graduating year of 2017, ready to overcome the challenges that the world outside the incredible MAC bubble has to offer. C'est maintenant à notre tour de foncer et surtout de croire en nous. Merci et félicitations à tous les gradués.
Thank you. Bien dit. Would the graduating class please rise? À titre de chancelier de l'Université McGill, je déclare et confirme que chacun de vous a maintenant le droit à la distinction de grade, diplôme ou certificat qui vous a été conféré, avec tous les honneurs, droits, privilèges et responsabilités qui y sont pertinents. In my capacity as Chancellor of McGill University, I declare and confirm that each of you is now entitled to the distinction of the degree, diploma, or certificate that has been conferred upon you with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibility that are pertinent thereto. Congratulations. Félicitations. The Secretary General, Ms. Edita Rogovska, will deliver some closing remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Dear graduates of 2017, your graduation year marks the 375th anniversary of Montreal and Canada's 150th. In recognition of Canadians whose contributions have made an impact, I'd like to close today's ceremony from a few words from the iconic Canadian scientist, filmmaker, and environmentalist, David Suzuki, whose words I think fitting as you embark on the next stage of your journey. Change is never easy, and often it creates discord. But when people come together for the good of humanity and the earth, we can accomplish great things. So as you leave McGill to pursue different paths, I hope you will seek opportunities to work together to make a positive difference for you and for those who will come after you. Bonne chance et bonne continuation. Félicitations.
Thank you, Madame Rogovska. To conclude this ceremony, please stand as Dr. Tracy Smith Bessette leads us in the singing of our national anthem.
True patriot love